Okay, now the direct-to-video films I have are split into two categories. We have the Mickey Mouse themed ones specifically. So we have the holiday ones and the Spirit of Mickey and all that. And then we have the actual, I would say legitimate sequels, but that would make me want to hurt myself on the inside, so we are going to leave it at that. So we're going to take a look first at the Mickey Mouse ones, because those ones are just going to make me want to cry. The first of these released was The Spirit of Mickey. Now, in case you don't know, The Spirit of Mickey is Disney's answer to those compilation videos that Warner Brothers was releasing for the Looney Tunes. So it has like 8 or 9 different cartoons in them, some that were nominated for Oscars, some that were never before seen, and some like Steamboat Willie that are in about as loose a form as they've ever been, like in their original intent. Adding to that, there's a lot of cheesiness to this one. Like, there's a lot of redubbing of old animated clips. And then the weird thing is, while some of the characters clearly look like they're 1940s or 50s mods, they blatantly just ripped Max and Goofy from a Goofy movie and slapped them around on some of these. And the fact that Max sounds like a little kid, even though they used the teenage Max when they could have just used Goof Troop animation, yeah, it's weird. This one's a weird one. I don't recommend it to anybody unless you're, like, really into Mickey Mouse. In which case, just go buy a Donald Duck thing, because that's basically the same thing. June 2nd, 1998 is this print date. Thank you very much. Next up is one of my personal favorite things to watch on Christmas. Mickey's Once Upon a Christmas. A bunch of newly animated, well, for 1999 at least, newly animated short stories about Christmas, including Wishing for Christmas Every Day, Believing in Santa, and of course the always famous story of I can't remember the name of it, but trading something that you care about to get someone else something that they love that Mickey and Minnie do. One of my personal favorite videos, and I was deeply distraught when my first VCR died, because this was the victim it took with it. My original copy of Once Upon a Christmas. Unfortunate, but hey, what you gonna do? Print date, sorry. October 21st, 1999. Again, a big favorite of mine that I love to watch year after year after year. But I'm sort of a lone goat on that one because, you know, nobody in my family likes Disney anymore anyway. But next up is Mickey's Magical Christmas Snowed In at the House of Mouse. Now, I've gone on record already talking about this in the 25 videos of Christmas that I did for Jazz Umbra, but for the sake of argument, I will talk about this one again. It's another something similar to Spirit of Mickey, except it's got all the characters from Disney movies in it, not just the awkward Mickey, Minnie, Donald, Goofy crew. And it also has a bunch of nice little cartoons about Christmas, like the Nutcracker, Pluto's Christmas Tree, and of course Mickey's Christmas Carol, which is probably like more than half of the runtime of this whole thing. It's how much? It's 60... Come on, focus. Focus. There you go. 65 minutes. Most of that runtime is Mickey's Christmas Carol. But you guys probably expected that. Come on. Out you go. And we got a print date of November 1st, 2001. Not when I got mine. I got mine on Christmas Eve. Nevertheless, I was a very happy camper because, well, it's a new Mickey Mouse thing. And coming right off the heels of my parents getting divorced, it was a fun thing to watch. Then I had it on DVD for a while. Then I gave that away to my cousins. And now I have it on video again. And last but not least is Mickey's House of Villains. Everybody knows my relationship with this movie. I absolutely adore this movie. Even though, like I said, it's just a bunch of clip shows, except for when the Disney villains are involved. And, like I said, the Disney villains are the best that Disney had to offer. Now, there is ancillary stuff packed in with this, but we're not going to be looking at it, because I'm not going to be looking at the stuff that's in Beauty and the Beast or Lion King either. This is just the tape stuff. I just want to show you guys off the tapes. I have the ancillary stuff. If you really want to see the ancillary stuff, you could just look at the video with which I introduced this stuff into my collection to begin with. And a print date of July 25th, 2002. Interesting. Very late print date for that one. Move you guys to the side because we now have to talk about these four. Now, despite my constant ripping on these films, they are on the better end. With the exception of this one, they are on the better end of the direct-to-video sequel madness that Disney was involved with for about a good 14 years. The first of these was The Return of Jafar, released in 1994. Originally supposed to be the pilot of the Aladdin TV show. And look at that. They think that this is something that they should be proud of. All of these were made exclusively for video. That means they have the budget of a ham sandwich. And look bad, and Robin Williams isn't even in this one, and all them nonsense. Basically, the plot of the movie is Iago escapes from Jafar's lamp, basically swears off swears off serving him, and tries to win it good with Aladdin and Jasmine, ultimately deciding to become a good guy in the process. April 6th, 1994, and of course, during his quest to redeem himself, Jafar does return and cause shenanigans for everybody. But you guys knew that already. Following the return... Actually, before I go to that, I do have something I'd like to point out. As I mentioned earlier, the Return of Jafar was supposed to be the pilot for the Aladdin TV show. And this was changed because of the canceled re-release for Sleeping Beauty in 1993. Now, if Sleeping Beauty had been re-released, it would have been repackaged on home video for 1994. Of course, they changed that and they digitally restored it for its 1997 release, but that left something available for Disney in May, prior to The Lion King's release in theaters and after The Fox and the Hound had come on video in earlier 1994. So, Return of Jafar fit the bill. And following a year of bizarre turmoil at the Disney studios, Aladdin and the King of Thieves was finally released in the summer of 1996. Probably because a certain someone decided he was going to get back and be involved in the production of the movie, and I'm sure you cannot possibly tell who it is. And this is the third and final chapter of the Aladdin trilogy, if you don't count the movies, and the plot of it is basically Aladdin and Jasmine are getting married, Aladdin finds out his dad's still alive, and is the king of all the 40 thieves, and all the stuff that comes from that. But the movie was made chiefly because, well, it was made to make money at first, but then when Robin Williams got back involved, then it became the Robin Williams magic show. July 14th, 1996. I like this one. It is, of the Disney direct-to-video sequels, it is the best, but that's sort of by default, because the rest of the ones that were made are just, like, messes. And not pretty messes. I'll be getting to you in a minute. But yes, I do enjoy this one. It is one that I don't watch regularly, but it's one that I can stomach watching. This one, on the other hand, I can't. And it stinks because two of the most influential women in my life, my sister and Dee, absolutely adore this movie for reasons I will never know. This is Beauty and the Beast, The Enchanted Christmas. A Christmas movie, or a direct-to-video movie packaged as a Christmas movie. The plot of the movie: the Beast hates Christmas. Belle wants the Beast to like Christmas. But this guy doesn't like Belle, so he doesn't want Christmas. And, yeah, that's basically where we go from there. Oh, boy. Not a favorite. Not at all a favorite of this one. But I bought it for my sister, so whenever she comes over around Christmas, we can put this on in the background. Because she loves this one. She also loves Little Mermaid 2, but we don't like to talk about Little Mermaid 2 in this house. We like to pretend it doesn't exist. Last but not least is The Lion King 2, Simba's Pride. The one that all of the fans of the movies really enjoy and think it's on par with the original. It's not. I know you like to hope it is or think it is. It's really not. It's a clumsy retelling of the Romeo and Juliet story from Africa. And Simba, whose whiskers aren't nearly that profound. And I don't know. I'm running out of stuff to say. And this one, like all the other ones, has a lot of ancillary stuff. But if you guys really want to see it, I've already done videos about my collection updates where I talk about these. September 15th, 1998. This one's definitely a good one. A tolerable one. I won't say it's really good, it's just pretty decent overall. And that basically wraps up this next part, so thank you guys for hanging out with me. Next time, we're going to be taking a look at the TV angle, if you will. So we're going to be looking at ones that are repackages of little specials or cartoon specials and, other things. So we're going to be looking at mostly the slipcover ones over there. Looking at you, Princess Collection. Stay classy, YouTube, even though that'll never stick.